At the stamping station, the children would now be exposed to all the stamping worksheets. However, what the children can now do, because they know all of the sounds, is they can now begin doing the kind of things that make that my favorite station. At the stamping station, in addition to getting all the worksheets, you also get plain paper. What you can do with the plain paper is see what you can stamp out. Try stamping out your name. Try stamping out. Now, the children are stamping out 1 or 2 word things, and they always draw. What they do is either draw a picture and then stamp out the word to go with it, or stamp out a word and draw a picture to go with it. And the words for the stamping station are, you can stamp out anything you want that you wouldn't mind if I showed your mother. Because they can stamp out anything, and different people have different standards of what their mother's okay to show. Okay? So they can just kind of stamp out whatever they want. And it's the first time when they know all the sounds that they can begin listening for the sounds in words and stamping out what they hear in them. And we'll give you some examples of that in a little bit. At the handwriting station, where you can still look at Decode-if-you-can and get a refresher on what some of the sounds were, in case you didn't pick them all up in that quick review, there's also handwriting worksheets where the children write on the actual worksheet. I think this is kind of similar to number activities in math their way and stuff like that. I should point out, for those of you that have been to the handwriting works, whatever that station was, all the activities have the letter names written there as words. This, for example, has the letter name B, E, B. All the letters have names. They're separate from the sounds. We don't teach sounds for letters in this. The handwriting activity is going on separate and is not connected to the other stuff until later. But, you know, like children can learn letter names if you choose to have it do that, or choose to have them do that, because they're all named. All the activities simply have the letter name on there. All the letter names are 1 or 2 sound words except W, which is out of the question. But W's probably got it on there too. And the worksheets now have a choice, or have an example, or have worksheets at all the different levels. So if you get to the worksheet station, you can do 2 sound blending at the triangle level, or choose to go up a level. And pick up your new materials. The old material still stays there. The new material just gets added to it.
This is really cute. I looked at this in a friend's room with the kids. Soar? Soar. Oh, sad man.
Kneel down. Oh, kneel down. Oh.
What about?
Oh, moose. Moose. It's bad. Moose suit. Oh, moose suit.
Oh. I'm going to do my name. Can I keep this? Can I keep this when I make my name? I can bring it home. If you want to. You're not here. Okay. We'll stamp on here.
Yeah, the idea is to determine what this says and find the picture that
I can bring this home, right?
and then stamp.
Okay. Are you going to do one?
No, I've done mine.
And the 8 sounds are on the top row.
Rice.
Oh, yes. You're going to look bad. You better help.
Oh, you know the girl?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Where's the
Got
girl?
it.
8 sounds are on the top
I
row.
got it.
There she is. Here she is.
I got it. I got it.
What's G?
Thanks.
What's G?
What is your name? What are you going to spell out?
Nancy.
Nancy?
So I'm looking for
You want
think my name's
That's the airplane, isn't it?
Yes, that's the airplane. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go for the hard ones. Here you go.
Sure. Challenge. Star happy for 3 sounds.
Okay, what I want you to do is, or what I'm going to do right now is teach you just a touch of phrase blending. If you already know how to do 2 sound blending and 3 sound blending, phrase blending is just compiling or gathering what you already know. Also, you might notice the words are boxed. When children begin stamping out, we kind of teach them to draw boxes around individual words so we can tell where the heck the stamping stopped, and you know, because if they'll start stamping out a word or a sentence and it goes non-stop. Only they know the code. You know, so we learn to draw boxes around words simply so one person can tell where your word stopped and started. And these have boxes around them. What happens when children first begin phrase blending, they'll start and do things like this. They'll go, earache. And for a child who can only do 2 or 3 sound blending, the child's now in trouble because there's been too many sounds. So what we teach them to do is go the thing inside the box first. You go ear, because all the words they've already had have been inside boxes. You might have noticed that when you're doing 2 sound blending, they already were in boxes. So they read the first box, or the first thing in the box. They go ear, ear, ache, ache, ear, ache. They're taught to say the sounds of this word, then say this word completely before going on to the next word. So I'll give you a phrase for practice. That was practice. Here's more practice. It's more practice if I do it like that. But, by the way, these all have arrows with them. The reason for the arrow is so the child knows where to begin, but cards read just the same that way with an arrow, or this way. So there's always a little thing on it, particularly in the early activities like a happy face or something like that, for position. So the child knows, yes, I start with the arrow, and here's how it's supposed to look. As opposed to when we first did arrows, children would read them like that. What I want to do is introduce you now to a phrase level of activities at your station. And before I do that, I want to tell you one thing that you should notice, that as you're adding activities to your station, how you do the station has not changed. When you're at the picture packet station, for example, how you learn to do it doesn't change when your level of activity changes. When I introduce these, you know, these are simply longer words. You take them out, you read them, you match them to the pictures. The worksheet process for how you do a worksheet, how you circle the answers, how you erase it, those things don't change. So that as more activities are added to a station, you're not kind of bogged down with continually reteaching the next student how to do this thing. When they know how to do a station, they know how to do a station. Now, at the picture packet level, this is a white triangle phrase. In this case, the white triangle no longer means just 2 sound words or just 3 sound words. The reason for the white triangle now is this packet of words is going to be matched to the white triangle pictures that are already there. For example, this says, let me see if, I'll read this one. Nah, I'll read this one. Good meat. This phrase says good meat. I imagine in the white triangle picture packet, there was probably a picture of some monster eating like a leg of lamb or leg of something. And probably that would also, instead of being eat from the time before, it would now be good meat. So that the words there before, or the pictures from before, get reused at next higher levels.